Hey there, Mr. Thayer with you here from the Syracuse Academy of Science and Citizenship, Grade 3 Math lesson. Today's our last day. We're going to do a little bit more rounding today. Today is Module 2, Lesson 14. We're going to round to the nearest 100 on the vertical number line. Last couple of days we have been really practicing with our rounding. Like I said, using that vertical line is very helpful to get your answers and using scrap paper. So today, a little bit more of the same, but we're going to look in that 100 spot to what we're going to either going to round up by 100 or round down. So again, use what is given to you, take scrap paper and work the problem. Like I said, on scrap paper, I keep saying that, but yeah, use what we have and let's work some examples through. So what we want to know here, this is the ones, tens, hundreds place. Here's the hundreds place right here. With that, we have 286. All right. So we want to know, do we want to round it down to 200, which would be the bottom of our plot, or going up would be 300? Okay. So are we going to round it down to 200, or are we going to round it up to 300? That's what we need to determine. And our number is 286. Okay. Our midpoint right here is 250. Okay, 200, 250, 300. You can see that's the midpoint right there. Again, draw these vertical plots. They will help you. Okay, so our next spot is, where's 286 going to go? Well, that's 250 right there. 286, 260. I'd say right around here is where we're looking at 286. Okay? So we know if it's down below here, we're going to round to 200. If it's 250 and above, we're going to round it up to 300. So you guessed it. 286 is going to round to 300. That's one of those ones, 286. You already know. Look at how big that number is. That's way closer to 300. But I like to put it on the vertical line. I like to work it that way. It makes things very helpful. All right? 320. Let's take a look at 320. That's going to tell us, are we going to round down to 300? Or after 300 would come 400. Are we going to round up to 400? So I got 300 and 400. Our midpoint is going to be 350. Okay? Let me erase that, make that look better. Our midpoint is 350. So 320 is going to go, I'd say that's about 310. 320 is going to go right around there. All right. And you guessed it, 320, we would round that down to 300. You can even see how close that is. Didn't even make it up there. So if we rounded 320, we would round that to 300. Okay. Two examples there, how we rounded stuff. We rounded that up to 300. We rounded that down to 300. Okay, perfect examples there. All right, now, a little bit different. These are, you can see the numbers are bigger now. We got 1,572 in this first example. Okay, again, we're going to look here. We're going to look at that 5. Okay, do we want to round down to 1,500? Or if we were going to round up, we were going to go to 1,600. Okay? Round up to 1,600 or round down to 1,500. Okay? Our midpoint is going to be 1,550. Okay? That's in between 1,600 and 1,500. Okay, so 1,572 is going to probably come right around here. Okay, see how I did that? 1,572. So that's going to tell us, yep, we're going to round up to 1,600. So our answer here is 1,600 is our answer right there. Okay, see how we round it up right there? We put it on our vertical line there. We plotted everything. Once you plot everything, it makes things a lot easier. You got to understand what we're looking for here. So let's go over this one. We got 1,250. We're going to look at that 2 right there. Okay? That's going to tell us, we're going to round down to 1,200? Or are we going to round up to 1,300? Okay? So 1,200 and 1,300. Okay? Our midpoint is 1,250. That's our number. So right here, our midpoint is the number they want to tell us. Are we rounding it? Okay? And from our practice before, remember, 5 and up tells us to round up. So we got 1,250. It's right on the midpoint. So we know we're going to round that guy up to 1,300. Okay? 1,300 will be our answer right there. We round up at that 1,250 mark. I did that one on purpose because I wanted you guys to see what happens when you land on that midpoint. It tells us to round up. Okay? So that was rounding to the nearest 100 on that vertical number line. I said it before, I'll say it again. Use that vertical plot, get those numbers in there, see where they land, and that will give you a lot of help when it comes to rounding those numbers. All right? Head over to that exit ticket, do those problems. I will give you guys feedback tomorrow. Have a good day.